Hare Krishna, good evening and welcome all of you all for today evening Bhagavatam class. So today we are starting with our 8th chapter of the first canto, that is Kunti Stuti. So first we will have the prelude. Kunti Stuti starts from the 18th verse. So we will have the prelude of it. What is the background on which Kunti Maharani gives this entire Stuti and the depth of knowledge of that also. We will try to speak a little, though I am not qualified to speak, but we will discuss something on those points. So right now we are in the 7th chapter. We concluded with the point that Ashwathama had fired the Brahmastra. Before that, of course, he had killed the children of Draupadi, for which Draupadi was very sad and she was lamenting, and Arjuna and Krishna both went to capture him. In fear, he fired the Brahmastra, but immediately Krishna told him to fire another Brahmastra and retracted back, followed by which another Brahmastra was Ashwathama was caught by Arjuna and bound him in ropes and brought him in front of Draupadi. And what did Draupadi say? What you have done with him? He is our Guru. Guru's son is as good as the Guru. So he is a Brahmana also. So please leave him. And then Krishna told yes. Bhima was also aggressively waiting for him. No, you should kill him. So like the situation was in a triangle situation. Draupadi is saying you have to leave him. I don't want his mother to lament the way I am lamenting. And also he is, because of his father, you have learned all the secret warfare, art of warfare. So I don't want you to kill him. So, and Bhima is saying you have to kill. So Krishna will see, you have to please me, you have to please your wife, and you have to please your brother also. So taking a final call, Arjuna then removes the money and disfigures his face and his head by torsioning off his hair, half the hair, and leaving him. But the story doesn't end. Earlier days, there used to be 70s movies if you see, the villain, after he's shot also, like he's lying down and is waiting for a chance, and then last minute takes out the gun, and there's no extra, there's some extra masala added to that. So somewhat that also has come from Bhagavatam only, don't worry. Mahabharata only is the originating for that. So here we will see that how Ashwathama, even after being left, disgraced, मतलब पूरा उसका अपमान करके उसको भेज दिया है, फिर भी वो वहां जाके क्या कर रहा है? He is trying to fire another Brahmastra, that to kill the last Vamsha of the Pandava, and that was Parikshit Maharaj, who was in the womb of Uttara. So he is trying that. So that we will see that. Before that, there are some things which we have to understand. And let's start with the reading. Read 1.8.1. Who can read?
So Goswami said, thereafter the Pandavas, desiring to deliver water to the dead relatives who had desired it, went to the Ganges with the Draupadi. The ladies walked in front.
Read the second one also.
Having lamented over them and sufficiently offered Ganges water, they bathed in the Ganges, whose water is sanctified due to being mixed with the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord.
First, the first two verses discuss about the greatness of the second verse discuss about the greatness of river Ganga. Here, let's go back to Mahabharata. Now, if you go and read the Mahabharata in detail, there you will see this is the time when the lamentation is happening, and Kunti Maharani reveals that Karna was her son, and Yudhishthira Maharaj comes to know that Karna was his eldest brother. Actually speaking, Karna was the eldest one. ये सब बाद में हुए ना. So the first eldest one was Karna, and when they were offering all the oblations, the first verse says that they were offering the water of oblations with the ladies leading the first. There, after doing the crematory, the ceremony for the all the relatives, their friends, relatives, and all the soldiers, there even Bhim's son Garodgaj has died. So many of the Abhimanyu has died. So many relatives from the Pandava side was died. So they do they do the offering of the holy water. पितृ को जल चढ़ा, तो वो चढ़ा के जो मृत हो गए उनके लिए. तो there Kunti Maharani says, please offer water to Karna also. And then Yudhishthira asks, why you are saying this? He is our enemy. He killed Abhimanyu, and he tried to kill this thing. He has killed Garodgaj. He has done so much of bad thing, and you are asking me to offer water for him also. He says, yes, you offer water for him because he is your elder brother. And then she discussed the secret or the whole thing. So that time Yudhishthira Maharaj curses her. What curse he gives? He says, ladies cannot digest any secret. And that curse continues till today. It's not that way. It's not that way. I see one should not. You now in this verse, in this chapter, you will come to know how great a lady has been. Given with position has been given to a lady with respect to the Shastra. Shastra gives matas the highest positions, but least do we understand the greatness. Of course, star conditions apply. There are star conditions apply. So he says that you ladies will not be able to keep any secret with you, because having kept that secret, had she revealed it earlier, the whole scenario of the war would have changed 360 degrees completely. Because if Karna had come to the Pandava side, then Duryodhana ka to chance hi nahi tha, and Karna would have not died also. Nevertheless, after that there was a lot of lamentation. Read verse number 3.
There sat the king of the Kurus, Maharaja Yudhishthira, along with his younger brother and Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, Kunti and Draupadi, all overwhelmed with grief. Lord Krishna was also there.
Now there is a line, extra line. Lord Krishna was also there, and he was also grieving. Hi, mera ye gar gaya, hey, mera mama gar gaya, chacha mar gaya. Because he was also related from all the sides, na. So कहीं ना कहीं वो भी lament कर रहे हैं. भगवान स्वयं lament कर रहे हैं. करवाया पूरा युद्ध कौन? हाँ, बाद में बोल रहे हैं I was with your grief. मैं भी आपके दुख में शामिल हूँ. That's what Krishna is saying. So what is more important is now they are citing the stringent law. The verse number 4, the most important thing is they are citing the stringent law of the Almighty and the reactions on living beings. So अगर किसी व्यक्ति का मृत्यु हो रहा है, if someone dies, कहीं ना कहीं the stringent law of karma and the earlier lives, whatever karmas we have accumulated, that will play a role some way or the other. And that is what is being discussed by Krishna and other sages. See, mind you, only Krishna did not go with those Pandavas. The sages also went over there, and they were also explaining and trying to lower down their grief, trying to lower down the lamentation, because the lamentation was too much. Mind you, they are mentioned specifically Dhritarashtra over there and Gandhari. उस औरत पर क्या बीती होगी जिसके 100 के 100 पुत्र, पूरे 100 के 100 पुत्र मर गए. We are not discussing on whether it's Niti or Aniti, we are not discussing. But she has lost all her children. See, to understand all this, first and foremost, why do we come for a satsang? Why do we come for a Bhagavatam class or Bhagavad Katha or satsang? What is the main purpose? What is the main purpose? What do you all think? ये सब कथाएं सुनने के पीछे क्या बेनिफिट है? कुछ लोग शायद जबरदस्ती बैठ के सुनते रहेंगे, उनको सुनने का मन भी नहीं होगा, फिर भी बोलते हैं ना. सब आचार्यगण कहते हैं आइए बैठिए, क्लास में बैठिए, सुनिए, कथा में आइए, सत्संग में आइए, सुनिए. नहीं सुनना हो तो भी सुनिए. What is the reason? What happens? What is the benefit? अभी किसी व्यक्ति को सुनना नहीं है, जबरदस्ती को लाके बिठा दिया है, उसको क्या फायदा है? कुछ बेनिफिट है क्या?
धीरे धीरे वो आसक्ति कम होगी।
ट्रुथ ऑफ लाइफ से
सी फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट, जहां पे जो भक्ति के साथ भी बैठे हैं और जो अभक्ति के साथ भी बैठे हैं, सबके लिए एक ही रीजन है, वी आर ऑल सिटिंग हियर टू डेवलप दैट भाव. वी आर ऑल सिटिंग हियर फॉर भाव. क्या है? इस भव सागर में तैरने से अच्छा है भाव के सागर में तैरना अच्छा है. It is better we develop a close relation towards God. The main purpose of listening to all this, ठीक है प्रभु जी, there were stringent laws, he was killed. इससे मेरा क्या? Ashwatthama killed those 5 children. What do we get in that? We understand the role played by Lord in each and every moment. Get some chairs. Get some chairs. So, just the stringent laws we are all trying to understand. We all know the law. Is there anyone who doesn't know the law? What is the law? Everyone knows the law, but nobody is interested in developing the bhava. And once you have developed the bhava, then you don't have to follow the laws. I have explained in the Bhagavad Gita class, for a person who is in that level, for him, there is no rules and regulations, who has reached the upper limit of devotion. But as long as you have not reached, we have to follow some stringent laws. In Awadh, there is a real incident which happened, where one sage, one of the sadhus, not sage, sadhus, I am just talking of a few years old story. He used to never follow Ekadashi. And today I am telling you this because it is Ekadashi day. He used to never follow Ekadashi. And there must be some people who think, यार एकादशी कौन बोला है रखने के लिए? कौन कोई भगवान बोला है क्या भूखा रहो? कुछ नहीं यार, तुम लोग का मन की बात है. मेरा मन में भगवान है बस. अरे वो भगवान बाहर निकालने के लिए एकादशी करना पड़ता है. वो भगवान जो अंदर बैठे हैं उनको बाहर निकालने के लिए एकादशी करना पड़ता है, नहीं तो आपको दिखेगा नहीं भगवान. तो he used to never do एकादशी. He used to every time cook rice and offer to Ram, Sita, Lakshman, Hanuman. So all the sadhus, they got angry on him. You are going to be punished. You are to be punished. You are doing this. This what example are you setting forth in front of all Vaishnavas, that you are cooking rice and offering to the Lord, and then you are eating that rice. You are not following Ekadashi. Our Vaishnava dharma means first we have to follow Ekadashi. So then the panchayat of the sadhus was kept, and he was questioned. He didn't answer anything. Just got up with eyes filled with tears, and he said, आपको जो सजा देना है दो. I am ready to take. जो सजा देना दो. मतलब कारण बताओ क्यों आपको एकादशी की पालने को क्या तकलीफ है? तब वो बोलते हैं कि सीता मैया इज फ्रॉम मिथिला, एंड मिथिला की रानी भूखी नहीं रह सकती है. उसको मुझे खाना खिलाना पड़ेगा, उसको अन्न खिलाना पड़ेगा, उसको चावल खिलाना पड़ेगा. इसके लिए मैं अन्न पकाऊंगा और खिलाऊंगा. आपको जो पनिशमेंट देना है दो. Immediately the sadhu said, you are reached the bhava level. We have no grudges against you. You are free to do. So that is the purpose. The point is, just by attending satsang, by attending classes, what are we trying to achieve? We are trying to achieve is the bhava. The bhava is very subtle. It's not something gross. But to achieve that, so all given that thing, they were just trying to pacify the minds of those who were grieved, especially Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, and all the Pandavas, all who had, and there was no one who had not lost their relatives. एक जन ही नहीं था वहां पे, एक जन नहीं था जिसके परिवार के कोई ना कोई सदस्य उसमें युद्ध में मरे होंगे. Very important verse. 5th verse. The clever Duryodhana and his party cunningly unsurplused the kingdom of Yudhishthir, who had no enemy. If you go to the shloka, the word used is Ajata Shatru. He is a person who never had any Shatru. कोई एनिमिटी था ही नहीं किसी के साथ उसको. बट वैसे आदमी के साथ दुर्योधन एंड टीम हैड मेड शत्रुता. युधिष्ठिर was so friendly. If you see the Yaksha story, which happened at Vimalakund, Yaksha killed all the 4 brothers. What was left? Who was left was Yudhishthira. And when he went there, he started questioning him. When he questioned him, he did not show any anger. How come you killed my brothers? He could see all his 4 brothers lying dead in front of him. But he was coolly answering all the questions asked by Yaksha. And in the end, when Yaksha was happy, he said, I can make one brother of yours alive. Tell me, कौन सा भाई को जिंदा करो? And what was his answer? Sahadev को करो, Nakul को करो या Sahadev को करो. He had given an option from the other mother. Then when the Yaksha asked, why you do want Nakul to be alive? He said, see, I am one son of Kunti is alive. At least Madri का एक पुत्र तो जिंदा होगा. There he says, you are so open-hearted. कोई और रहता तो बोलता था शायद मेरा अर्जुन को जिंदा करो या भीम को जिंदा करो. He would have not opted for his step brothers. Technically, they were his step brothers, not his actual brothers. But still, seeing his heart, he said, don't, what you are saying of this, I will make all your brothers alive. So, what does this whole story give us? That he was Ajata Shatru. He did not bear any enmity. You killed my brother, I will not leave you. No, some that dialogue nahi mara. Khoon pee jaunga, ye wo and that. He was so cool, he was so balanced. That shows the greatness of Yudhishthira Maharaj. And so, by the grace of the Lord, their recovery was executed, and the unscrupulous kings who joined with Duryodhana were killed. जितने भी राजा दुर्योधना के टीम में थे वो सब मारे गए. Now, okay, we'll discuss after we did the entire thing. Were killed by him. Others also died, their duration of life having decreased for their rough handling of the hair of Queen Draupadi. Now, this is very important. We will discuss this in detail. This verse is little important for all of us to understand. Rajanah Kachya Sparsha Shat Ayushah. Ayush means life. Shata means काट दिया, उनका उम्र कट गया. क्यों? कच्चा मीन्स हेयर. द्रौपदी का बाल पकड़ के खींचा. एंड देन द्रौपदी का बाल कितने लोग ने पकड़ के खींचा? फिर इतने लोगों का आयु कैसे कम हो गया? When injustice was happening, no one raised their voice. Everyone was quietly watching. So to be a part of a crime or not raising a voice against a crime is also as good as a crime. So this is the first law we understand from this. A lot of things to be understood in this. Secondly, now, whenever such an act happens, the degree of punishment is there, but not too high. But why in case of Draupadi this is there? This is mentioned in Bhagavatam by Sudha Goswami. But is there any other, you all not know, but it is mentioned in Bhishma Pitama Stuti, the same thing which confirms this. Let me take out the verse, just a minute, hold on. You all are having the Bhagavatam, right? take out the verse 1.9.35. Those who are googling it, take out 1.9.35, and those who are having Bhagavatam, please open 1.9.35. This is Bhishma Pitama's prayers, huh? Bhishma Stuti, उसमें आता है. You all got the verse? सपदि सखी वचो निष्मया मध्ये निज परयोर बलयोर रथम निवेश्य स्थितवती पर सैनिक आयुर अक्षण हृतवती पार्थ सखे रतिर ममस्तु. Here Bhishma Pitama is endorsing what is mentioned by Sukadeva Goswami in the earlier chapter. 8th chapter, Sukadeva Goswami is saying that their lifespan was reduced by just because of the crime of touching the hair of Draupadi, pulling the hair by Draupadi. Here he is saying is परसैनिक आयुर अक्षणः. परसैन्युर सामने वाले सैनिक का आयु, ये कौन भीष्म पिता कह रहा है? He is seeing Krishna in front of him in the war and he is saying this. परसैनिक आयुर अक्षणः. अक्षणः means eyes, आंखों से देख के हृतवती खत्म कर दिया, मार दिया. On the first day itself of the war, all the soldiers of the enemy side were killed. It was only matter of time. कोई day 1 में मरे, कोई day 2 में मरे, कोई day 5 में मरे, कोई day 18 में मरे, but मरना तो है. सखेरथी, सखेरथी, पार्थ सखेरथी. What? Who is that? Who is that person who was killed? पार्थ का सखा, friend, जो रथ आकर है. He has not sent directly Krishna. What he is saying? पार्थ का सखा जो रथ आकर है, who is pulling the chariot. He has killed him just by his glance. Akshanaha, eyes. So here, not only in the earlier chapter, second chapter, Bhishma Pita further endorses. Yeah, bhai, we were already killed. It was matter of time. Even in the Bhagavad Gita 11th chapter, what does Lord say? Lord clearly says, I have already put everyone to death. So you become a nimit and you kill everyone and take the glory. So actually, it's like, it's a movie, there are stunt heroes and there are stunt men and all that, dummies, who do the actual fighting, jumping, breaking the glass and everything. But who takes the glory? The hero takes. As if he has done it. But actually hero, he is not the real hero. He cannot even jump from 10 feet, he cannot jump down. But that fellow jumps from the top of the building and this and that, whatever it is. Similarly, Krishna is the real hero. सब करना करता धरता ये, और एंड में अर्जुन, you take the glory, you take. So he has just given him the glory. Okay, now we have to understand the importance of Draupadi. Now, who is Draupadi? Panchal Naresh's daughter. But most important is they are all Ayonijaha. What is the meaning of Ayonijaha? Not born from a material process. So this one is Ayonijaha. There are 5 ladies, Panchakanya, who are supposed to be most chaste. What is said in the Shastra is, if one remembers these 5 Kanyas daily, if a lady remembers, or a gent also, even if a man remembers her, his sins are purified. All his sins are purified. And out of that, the first one is Ahilya. Second is Kunti. Third, these ladies are never supposed to have lost their virginity. They could regain their virginity again and again. Kunti, she had so many children with so many other, Devi Devatas, but she never lost her virginity, or rather she regained her virginity back. Third, Mandodari. Fourth, no. Some people say Kunti is replaced by Sita, but it is actually Kunti. It's not Sita. Draupadi. and last is Tara. Tara, wife of Vali. Valika wife. These 5 ladies, they are called as Panchakanyas. And what is common in them? They are all in the Kanya Rashi. Virgo. They are all in Kanya Rashi. Sabka Rashi ek hi tha, Kanya Rashi tha. But the most important is they all had the power to regain the power. When Draupadi got married, नारद मुनि got tension. 5 भाइयों के बीच में एक पत्नी, बड़ा झंझट वाला काम है. Let me go and check it out. So what he did? Once he went to meet the Pandavas, and there he told the Pandava brothers a story. See, this is how, when we tell a story, it doesn't mean it is for entertainment. It is to give a very strong message in a coverted manner. I always give. अगर बहू को सीधा करना है तो सास कभी बहू को सीधा नहीं बोलेगी, अपने बेटी को डांटेगी. Indirectly meaning, भाई बहू तू भी सुन ले, तू भी समझ जा. It's like, there's a nice joke. Once one person went to a कंजूस house to have food. उसको बोला कैसे वैसे दोपहर को तो खाना बना लिया उसने, मेहमान बैठा है घर पे, कुछ तो बोलना पड़ेगा. तो बेटे को बोला एक काम करना, 2 घंटे के बाद आके मुझे पूछना शाम के लिए क्या बनाओ. तो ठीक है, 2 घंटे के बाद बेटा आया, हाँ पिताजी शाम के लिए क्या खाना बनाए. शाम को वापस, अभी तो खाया. अब कोई राक्षस ही होगा जो शाम को खाएगा, मैं तो नहीं खाऊंगा. और जिनको पूछना पूछ लेना. अभी वो पूछेगा हाँ बोलेगा तो वो भी राक्षस हो गया ना. तो उसने बोला नहीं नहीं मुझे नहीं करना है, मेरे को भी खाने का मन नहीं. तो इट इज इनडायरेक्टली टेलिंग रात को खाना मिलने वाला नहीं है. सो इनडायरेक्टली ही गेव अ स्टोरी. He said once Brahma gave a word to 2 asuras and they were extremely powerful. And what word did he give? What boon did he give? He told them, you can be killed only by you yourselves will fight against each other, then only you will die. Otherwise you will not die. आप लोग आपस में भिड़ोगे तो ही मरोगे, कोई तीसरा बाहर का व्यक्ति आपको नहीं मार सकता. तो असुरा क्रिएटिंग हैवॉक, बस उसको कोई मार ही नहीं सकता है. और आपस में दे आर वेरी गुड ब्रदर्स, बेस्ट क्या जोड़ी, एकदम बढ़िया जोड़ी थी. फाइनली हाँ क्या हाँ क्या बोला माता जी ने क्या बोला. हाँ, they were very good. No, the relation between the 2 brothers was very nice. Finally, Brahma created a beautiful nymph named Tilottama. She is supposed to be very, very beautiful. But that was the only way they could both fight for. दोनों के बीच में तिलोत्तमा एक आ गई, I want her. They both fought and died. Now what was this message Narada was giving to the Pandavas? He was trying to tell them कि भाई कल तुम लोग के बीच में भी झगड़ा नहीं होना चाहिए. So then they made a plan or a schedule like कि 1 year she will be the wife of one of the Pandavas. The next year she will be the wife of the other Pandava. In that way, and that is the greatness was, every year she used to again regain her virginity. That is why these 5 स्त्रियों का अगर आप सिर्फ स्मरण मात्र करते हो every day, your sins are. If you take story of Mandodari was also not born. Mayasur is the father of Mandodari, and he is the king of the Asuras, nether world. There is a lower planetary system. So what did he do? He once had gone out for hunting. There inside a well, he found a young girl, small girl. So he brought her home, and he didn't have a child, so he nurtured her, brought her up, and she turned out to be the most beautiful lady. And once he had gone for some occasion where Ravana had come, and Ravana saw her, and then he said, now I want her, because Ravana was the most lusty person. He could never conquer his lust. He was such an unsatisfied person. Though he had so many ladies in his harem, he still wanted one more, and that was Sita. He had so many. It's like if you read the Ramayana ना, पूरा मेंशन किया है कि भाई इतने नाग कन्यास थी, इतने किन्नर थे, इतने गंधर्व लोक से आई थी, and all these ladies came with their own. All their ladies came with their own intent. It's not that they were forced and brought. It was not that they were forced and brought, but they came with their own permission and with their own desire they came. So this Mandodari, when she knew very well that Ravana is not a person who cannot conquer his lust, but what did she do? As a good wife, she was always giving advice to her. And she is supposed to be so beautiful that for a second, even Hanuman in Sundarakand, when he went over to Lanka and he saw her lying in a bed next to Ravana, for a split second, he thought, this must be Sita. Then later he realized, no, Sita will not be that, she is such a chaste lady, she will not do such an act of sleeping next to Ravana. But for a split second, when he saw, he thought it's Sita. He started jumping in a typical monkey way. He started kissing his tail also. It's mentioned. He caught his tail and started kissing his tail. That's how monkeys celebrate their happiness. So he started catching his tail and started kissing it. So he was so, for a split second, he was so jubilant that it was like sure shot. So it was like, kahin na kahin jaake na, you have to understand that Shastra gives us lot of information, but all this information is meant for something higher knowledge. That is our main purpose. So the bottom line is, one has to understand that these 5 कन्यास में से एक कन्या का बाल पकड़ने मात्र से पूरी सेना की आयु खत्म हो गई. नॉट एक व्यक्ति का आयु नहीं खत्म हुआ, पूरी सेना की आयु खत्म हो गई. तो सोचो कितनी पावरफुल लेडी होगी. एंड शी इज बॉर्न फ्रॉम अ हवन. हवन कुंड से द्रौपदी प्रकट हुई है. सो व्हाट डज दैट इज व्हाई इट इज सेड व्हिच वर्स वी वर फिफ्थ में थे ना हम लोग. हाँ, एक मिनट. हाँ, so it is mentioned very clearly. एक मिनट, which chapter I am in? 8. Oh, okay, 1 minute. I went to that Bhishma Stuti na, so I missed the
9.35 में चले गए.
1.8 चैप्टर में चले गए ना, तो उसमें से यहाँ आने को मुझे समझ में नहीं आया. Okay. So it's saying राजनः कच्च स्पर्शः शत आयुः. सब सारे लोगों की आयु खत्म हो, just because that hair was pulled. See, we have to understand, Shastra gives this understanding that lady is having a topmost post in the Vedic system. But then, if you see the quality of Ahilya, you see the quality of Draupadi, you see the quality of Tara, Kunti, great. Their chastity was beyond normal counts, much above. So these conditions apply. It is said, in Ramayana there's one nice story. We are discussing about chastity, that's why I wanted to bring out this story. Once Lord Suryadev stopped. And how did he stop? I don't want to go into the details of the birth of Sugriv and Vali, but that actually goes for the details, that's birth of Vali and Sugriv. But what we have to understand over here is, there was one leper, कोढ़ वाला ब्राह्मण था, बट उसको कोढ़ हो गया था, but he was still very lusty person. And his wife was so sincere. Once he saw a prostitute and he was so crippled and this thing that he could not even walk. His wife, wherever he wanted to go, she would make him sit on a basket and she used to carry him. That chaste was his wife. So once he saw a prostitute, he desired to enjoy her. So which lady would like to entertain such a person who is leper and pathetic condition? So his wife used to daily go outside the house of this prostitute and do the cleaning, sweeping and everything. The prostitute used to wonder, who is this person who is coming and doing this? So one day she got up early and she saw it was this Brahmin lady. She asked, why you are doing all this? You are a Brahmana's wife and I am a prostitute, but why you are doing this? She says, I am doing this because you have to do one favor for me. Then she tells that you have to entertain my husband, but he's so and so. Then she says, okay. So she makes her husband sit on the basket and she is taking him over there. And while going, same time, in those days, punishments used to be in the market, It used to be an open punishment system. So one of the sage who was a bad person, done something wrong, he was being punished. But that sage was a very powerful sage. The minute he saw this lady carry her husband the basket, he looked at her and he cursed him. You wretched person, you are going there, what type of happiness you will get? You will die by tomorrow morning. You will die by tomorrow morning. That time, this lady, she says, if that is the case, tomorrow morning sun will not rise. And the sun doesn't rise. That is one day, as per the story, Surya Dev takes a break. And Surya Dev's driver also takes a break. And that is his Aruna. Aruna is the driver. हम लोग बोलते हैं Aruna Dev हो गया, Aruna Dev हो गया. Aruna is the driver of the Ratha of Surya Dev. So he takes a break. That's a different story than how Vali was born and how Sugriva was born. That's all a different part. So here what I am trying to say is that is the power of chastity. हम लोग सिर्फ सावित्री और सत्यवान का सुनते हैं, but we don't know the story of these true stories which are there in Ramayana and Mahabharata. So that is the powerful. So just don't think that since they touched, no doubt, forget about the law. Even the Shastra says a lady should never be mishandled or wrongly handled. She never, should never be tortured by any way. Moreover, more than that, there is something which is higher is, if the lady is very chaste, then the degree of punishment, there is punishment, but the degree of punishment is beyond any calculation. And that is, hrit ayuhu, aapka ayu khatam ho jata hai. Okay. Read the next verse. Who's reading the next verse?
Lord Sri Krishna caused 3 well-performed Ashwamedha Yagnas, or sacrifices, to be conducted by Maharaja Yudhishthir, and thus caused his virtuous fame to be glorified in all directions, like that of Indra, who had performed 100 such sacrifices.
Here, of course, again in Mahabharata there is a mention on this, because these are all basically extracts from Mahabharata, that they asked him to do 3 Ashwamedha Yagya, so that his powers is fixed in the entire universe. He is Chakravarti. Mind you, when they went to exile also, that time also he was a Chakravarti. And mind you, Chakravarti's wife was a maid servant for 1 year. See, Chakravarti means there is no one who can even question him. इसके लिए वो क्या करते हैं वो लोग? क्या करते हैं? हाँ, अश्वमेध ने वो राजस्व यज्ञ में क्यों इसका सर काट दिया था? शिशुपाल का क्यों काटा था? अग्र पूजा. अग्र पूजा करते हैं. अग्र पूजा किसका होता है? अग्र पूजा इज वन. सी, चक्रवर्ती इज अनक्वेश्चनेबल. ही इज, उसके ऊपर कोई नहीं है, मतलब ही इज अ सुप्रीम बॉस. तो अग्र पूजा किया हुआ व्यक्ति जो रहता है, he is only person who can question or who can cut the verdicts given by the Chakravarti also. That is why they were choosing the right person, right, searching for the right person. So they first nominated the name of Bhishma Pitamaha, but they said no, Krishna is the only right person for this post. And that time Shishupal started the natak ne Gwal Bal ko tum bana rahe ho ye wo, and of course that's another leela. So the point is राजसूय यज्ञ में अग्र पूजा जो है वो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण रखता है, एंड वो अग्र पूजा करने का कारण ही यही है कि भाई चक्रवर्ती इज अनक्वेश्चनेबल एनीवेयर इन दिस एंटायर यूनिवर्स, पूरा दुनिया में कोई उसको पूछ ही नहीं सकता, बस उसको इज अल्टीमेट किंग, उसको भी अंकुश लगाने के लिए अग्र पूजा किया जाता है ताकि वो व्यक्ति उसके ऊपर एक अंकुश लगा सकते हैं. सो ही इज डूइंग, ही हैज डन द say Ashwamedha Yagya. Now the question raises is, after the war, पैसा नहीं था. Any war cost money. Even today's date also, इधर यूक्रेन एंड रशियन वॉर में पूरा दुनिया हिला है, अच्छे अच्छे कंट्रीज कंगाल हो गए हैं अभी. इट्स ए वर्ल्ड ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी इज शेकन ऑफ. सो इमेजिन महाभारत, वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट, एज बिग एज ए वर्ल्ड वॉर, पूरा खत्म हो चुका है, पांडव के पूरी पैसा खत्म हो चुके हैं, पूरा राजकोष खत्म है, और अश्वमेध यज्ञ वो भी एक नहीं, 3 करने. तो दैट टाइम इट वाज मेंशन, आई फॉरगॉट द किंग, वन ऑफ देयर वंशज, अर्लियर किंग, व्हाट ही यूज्ड टू डू, ही यूज्ड टू गिव लॉट ऑफ साधु भोजन, साधुओं को भोजन. अभी किस में? सोने के थाली में, सबको सोने के थाली में भोजन. Now the sadhus used to eat the food, but they are not our present day sadhus. Talking of Dwapar Yuga sadhus and true sadhus. Even today, true sadhus are there. It's not that we are more conversant with these type of Ponga Pandits, but actual Pandits are still there. They are great personalities who are really, in a virakta state. So what they used to do? अभी हम क्या करेंगे इस प्लेट के साथ? With diamonds and katori of gold and plates of gold. So they used to dump it at one place near the mountain, near Himalaya, the foothill of the Himalaya. They used to dump it. It is said it became another mountain of gold. It became another mountain of all gold plates. And when Arjuna was thinking from where the money will come, again Krishna helps. Krishna told him, go there. There your ancestral property. It's not that it is someone else's property. You are not taking someone else's. Your ancestral property, which that king had given so much of food in golden plates and golden spoons and golden cups. So you take all that, and with that money you do your Ashwamedha Yagya. And it is said that from that wealth they did Triti Ashwamedha Yagya. So that is the glory of our Indian past. Okay, next verse.
Lord Shri Krishna then prepared for his departure. He invited the sons of Pandu after having been worshipped by the Brahmanas. Headed by Srila Vyasadeva. The Lord also reciprocated greetings.
So Lord prepared for his departure. अब हो गया ना, सब काम हो गया, श्राद्ध भी हो गया, जल भी अर्पण कर दिया, अब क्या काम बची है? So let me go. And where will he go? He is going to go to Dwarka. So he was ready to depart from the. He invited the sons of Pandu after having worshipped by the Brahmanas, led by Vyasadeva himself, has come here to worship. Now who is Vyasadeva? Who is Vyasadeva? हाँ, सत्यवती के पहले पुत्र, थ्रू पराशर भट्ट, पराशर मुनि के थ्रू जो हुए थे वो व्यासदेव. The Lord was also reciprocated their greetings. Okay.
एक बात, जब पांडु के सब पुत्र मर गए थे तो फिर उन्होंने यहाँ किसको इनवाइट किया?
Maharaj, the Brahmanas.
No, he said that he invited the sons of Pandu.
Pandu, that is the Pandavas, the 5 Pandavas.
उनके बेटे, इतना sons of Pandu?
Sons of Pandu is Pandavas. Pandu was the king, no? Father of Singh. As soon as he seated himself on the chariot to start for Dwarka, he saw Uttara hurrying towards him in fear. वहाँ उत्तरा भाग के आ रही है, वो रथ में बैठे हैं, वो रथ पे बैठे हैं और उत्तरा वहाँ से भाग के आ रही है. Today I'll complete up till 70, ना? even if it is late, because then next week we can start, otherwise we won't be able to start. Next verse. Uttara uvacha pahi pahi mahayogim deva deva jagatpate nayam na anyam tvad abhyam pashye yatra mrityu parasparam. Very important, lot of meaning, lot of things to be understood in this verse. First and foremost, she addresses Lord. अगर अपने पे कोई रथ आए, अपने कोई बाण आ जाए, हम लोग क्या करेंगे? हे बचा 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 बचा. We will not say, we will not first glorifying the Lord, तो दूर की बात है. We would say, what are you doing? Take care of me, no? The arrow is coming. But what is he saying? पाहि पाहि महायोगिन. तू सबसे बड़ा योगी है. देन देव देव जगत पते, सभी देवताओं का तू देवता है. यू आर द सुप्रीम लॉर्ड एंड जगत का पति है. यू आर द हस्बैंड और द व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ पति? वन हु टेक्स केयर, जो पालन करता है उसको पति कहा जाता है. शी सेइंग यू आर जगत पति. सो लेट्स रीड द ट्रांसलेशंस, वेरी थिंग्स वी विल अंडरस्टैंड. O Lord of Lord, Lord of universe, you are the greatest mystics. Please protect me, for no one else in this world, there is no one else else who can save me from the clutches of death in this world of duality. यहाँ पे दो ही चीज है, सुख दुख. और सुख में है तभी भी दुख में है, और दुख में है तभी भी सुख में है. क्यों? अच्छा ठीक है, अभी थोड़ा दिन का दुख है, बाद में सुख आने वाला है. और सुख में है, हाँ सुख में है, फिर भी बाजू वाले को ज़्यादा है, मुझसे कम है, मेरे पास कम है. तो वी आर ऑलवेज इन सुख और दुख. सो इट इज अ वर्ल्ड ऑफ ड्युअलिटी. सो प्लीज प्रोटेक्ट मी. शी कम्स टू लॉर्ड आस्किंग फॉर प्रोटेक्शन. एंड व्हाट इज द रीजन ऑफ प्रोटेक्शन? दैट कम्स इन द नेक्स्ट वर्स. ओ माय लॉर्ड, यू आर ऑल पावरफुल. A fiery iron arrow is coming towards me fast. My Lord, let it burn me personally. See, this is the why she is called Uttara. क्यों भगवान ने उसको रक्षा की, उसके गर्भ की रक्षा की, उसका कारण क्या है? वो ये वर्ड्स है. She says, let it burn me personally, if you so desire. But please do not let it burn. And abort my embryo. Please do me this favor, my Lord. तो उन्होंने पहला चीज क्या बोला? मैं मरूंगी चलेगा, but let it not kill my embryo, my child, who is there in the womb. Lord, accept such prayers. हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? बाजू वाले को छोड़, मुझे लाइन में, बड़ा मंदिर में लाइन लगा रहे थे, मत देख, मुझे देख, भास को मत देख, उसका 100 रुपये क्या, मैं 500 चढ़ाया, ले मुझे देख. That's our attitude. That's what we are all, that mentality. We are not going with that higher level of understanding. What is he saying? What is she saying? That is why she is Uttara. That is why Krishna favored her by saving the garbha of Uttara. So here Sudha Goswami says a very important thing. Sudha Goswami has said, having patiently heard her words, Lord Krishna, who is always very affectionate to his devotees, could at once understand that Ashwathama, the son of Dronacharya, had thrown the Brahmastra to finish the last life in the Pandava family. So he could understand he is God. There's no doubt about it. See, Lord's activities are always confusing. Once in Vrindavan, Krishna was, when all the gopis used to clean their house and keep nice and tidy for that, and every gopi used to wish, काश आज कृष्ण हमारे घर पे आ जाए. तो एक दिन कृष्णा went to house of one of the gopis, और उनके घर पे क्या हाल था? बाहर घर मस्त लीप के ना, गोबर से लीप के, and everything is very nicely kept. So Krishna and his sakhas, 2 years, 3 years boys, small. चलो इस गोपी के घर पे जाते हैं, आज इनके घर पे क्या मिलता है, 56 भोग मिलेगा, क्या मिलेगा, देखते हैं. And gopis used to daily make something and keep it, so that there used to be an attraction for them. But this gopi was a very, very poor lady. Poor materially, yeah? Not spiritually. अगर कृष्णा आपके घर पे आ रहा है and if you still call yourself poor, you are a fool. So Krishna is coming. And he comes and goes to her house with his friends with an expectation he's going to get anything, but he doesn't get anything. So he gets very angry. कुछ नहीं मिला यहाँ पे. See, there is a two angle of understanding this: the material way and the spiritual way. Be careful before analyzing it in your way. Wait for my answers. Immediately Krishna says, हम लोग हमारी शंखाएं यहीं त्याग के जाएंगे. What? We will urinate and pass stool over here. We are angry. दीर्घ शंका और लघु शंका दोनों करके जाएंगे. So all small kids. Some passed stool, some passed urine, some standing, some sitting, left. So Acharya say over here the bhava. If for us we may feel what an act God has done. It's such a creepy act what God has done. But the Acharya say, for the Lord, when he passes urine and stool means he gives a dhan which is for him as good as urine and stool. उसने उसको धन दे के दिया. True incident happened. Actually, this happened near Bundelkhand. In Bundelkhand, one of the sadhu was there. इसके लिए भगवान और साधु का जो कार्य and activities है ना, you cannot interpret. Once one sadhu used to go daily. So once one low class person, शूद्र जात का जो व्यक्ति था, used to always tell the sadhu, आप आइए कभी हमारे घर पे पधारिए, कभी पधारिए. बोला क्यों पधारूं तेरे घर पे? नहीं, आप कभी आपका पैर पड़ेंगे तो हमारा घर पावन हो जाएगा, मैं बहुत गरीबी में हूँ, आप आइए, फिर भी आप आइए पधारिए. This fellow one day was going for toilet with this pot and accidentally he happened to meet him near his house. Said, please come, chal, aaj tere ghar pe aata hu. Sadhu went inside because he knew this fellow is rich, poor. So he went inside. I want to pass motion in your house. Where will I pass motion? Give me a place. Okay. He didn't say anything. He had faith. Two things was very important. One is faith. And he was having full belief that this sadhu will not do anything bad to me or wrong to me. He said, okay, please come. He went inside one of his room and he passed his motion. After he did, this Shudra, he came and thanked him for you having come and blessed my house. Please take. He had only 1 rupee to give. उसके पास 1 रुपया था, 1 रुपया दे दिया उसने. This is the dakshina I can give you. He gave. Then I said, अच्छा क्या इच्छा है तेरी? अपने घर पे बहुत कष्ट चल रहा है. There is no money to feed my children also. So don't worry. Where I have asked my motion, dig there. You will get it. You will get something. Just keep it between you and me. Don't tell anyone. He left. This fellow went to that place where he had passed his motion, removed it, threw it out, and dug. That person is still there, huh? He got that much of gold hidden in the ground that he is now having trucks, he is having hotels, he is having so much of business. He made money. So for Lord, for us, what may be something which is very, very powerful, like money or something, for Lord it is like malmutra. धन भगवान और साधु के लिए मलमूत्र के समान. So that's why Lord's activities you cannot calculate with your human constraints and human brains. If at all, if someone thinks we can calculate, we can understand the activities of the Lord, it is next to impossible. So the point is, here what activity next Krishna is going to do, it is something which is unimaginable. Read the next verse, which is very, very important. Who will read?
O foremost among the great thinkers, these, Sonaks, seeing the glaring Brahmastra proceeding towards them, the Pandavas took up their 5 respective weapons.
Pandavas are doing the job of a Kshatriya. They have lifted their 5 weapons. But how to counteract they मालूम नहीं. But Kshatriya है, he has to take up the gun. भले 100 जन आए या 200 जन आए, उसके पास revolver है तो वो तो लेगा ही वो. That is, he has done that job. Next verse.
The Almighty Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, having observed that a great danger was befalling his unalloyed devotees, who were fully surrendered souls, at once took up his Sudarshana disc to protect them.
That was an external act. Immediately what did Krishna do? He took up his Sudarshan Chakra, and that too to protect whom? Surrendered soul. What is important in this line is surrendered soul. So first, if you want the mercy of the Lord, one has to be surrendered. And surrender means you don't surrender as per your terms and conditions. It has to be as per the terms and conditions of the Lord. Yes. Next verse.
The Lord of supreme mysticism, Sri Krishna, resides within everyone's heart as the Paramatma. As such, just to protect the potency of the Kuru dynasty, he covered the embryo of Uttara by his personal energy.
So what does this mean? Lord, that is why this is very important, is one of the shloka comes, Antar Bahir Avasthitam. That is a shloka which comes in the Kunti Stuti. There you will understand. He is outside, sitting on the Ratha. But still, how did he protect? In the form of the Lord, sitting in the heart of each and every individual. Lord is sitting in everyone's heart. तो वो वहां से सीधा उत्तरा के गर्भ में गए. क्यों? आज तक भगवान किसी के गर्भ में, बट उत्तरा के गर्भ में गए तो भी he didn't go from outside to inside. That is why she says antar bahir avasthitam. You are situated inside as well as outside. So he enters through the heart, or the Chaitya Guru, what we call as Lord sitting in the heart as a form of Chaitya Guru. He enters into the womb of Uttara to protect, cover the embryo. Mind you, he does a secondary job. Generally we see Krishna in the form of an atom. The figure is drawn, like Krishna, Vishnu ka roop mein 4 atom jaisa banaya hua rehta hai. That is the secondary part. First, he covered the embryo. Very important. Next verse.
O Shaunaka, glory of Rigu's family, although the supreme Brahmastra weapon released by Ashwadhama was irresistible and without check or counteraction, it was neutralized and foiled when confronted by the strength of Vishnu, Lord Krishna.
It was only and only possible for Vishnu. No other personality in this world can counteract. Even the one which was fired earlier by Ashwatthama was retracted back by another Brahmastra. It was not foiled. It was retracted. Whereas this clearly shows that only and only Lord, that it is the Amogha Astra. The word here is Amogha Astra hai, uska koi tod nahi hai. Only and only Lord is the person who can foil up or neutralize the entire Brahmastra. Okay, read the next one.
O Brahmanas, do not think this to be especially wonderful in the activities of the mysterious and infallible personality of Godhead. By his own transcendental energy, he creates, maintains, and annihilates all material things, although himself is unborn.
So here Sutta Goswami is trying to give us a very important message. The qualities of the Lord. Don't think this is specially wonderful in the activities of this mysterious, infallible personality of Godhead. ये तो पहला चीज, he is not at all a great act. It is something which is too small for the Lord. This act is too small for the Lord. It is not something great, some supersonic activity. That's why it is mentioning, oh Brahmanas, Sutta Goswami is telling the 88,000 rishis sitting with Sunakazi. Oh Brahmanas, do not think this specially wonderful in the activity of the mysterious and infallible personality of Godhead. By his own transcendent energies, he is creating, maintaining and dissoluting the entire universe. all material things, although he himself is unborn. The point is, we have not been able to understand the tattva of God. Bhagavan unborn hai, और हम तो born हो रहे हैं. But we don't understand that even we as a soul are unborn. We are not born anywhere. We are going to be the same. That's why Lord says, na, कि भाई जाता से ध्रुव मृत्यु ध्रुवम जन्म मृत्यु से च. This is a cycle which is going on. We are just taking up a new garment and giving up the old garment. But the best part of the Lord is, He doesn't even take up a new garment. Everything is, He is Satchitanand. His tears are Satchitanand. His perspiration is Satchitanand. His word is Satchitanand. His name is Satchitanand. Everything is equally potent as the Lord itself is. Lord's name is potent. Lord's activities are potent. Listening to our Lord's activities also purifies us. That is what is the speciality of the Lord. So that's why He says, don't think there is something great about it. So He's saying, hey, think big, yeah, it's okay. Bhagavan ne kiya to koi badi baat nahi. For Him, Lord, everything, one of the verse in Bhagavatam says, the entire creation and the entire dissolution just happens with one lifting of one eyebrow of the Lord. अब क्या है भगवान, मैं आईब्रो कितना बार उठाता हूँ, कुछ नहीं होता. Okay, go to the next verse, last verse, I think. Yeah.
Thus say from the radiation of the Brahmastra, Kunti, the chaste devotee of the Lord, and the 5 sons and Draupadi addressed Lord Krishna as he started for home.
So here Kunti Maharani finally now realizes that Lord has done a great miracle. So now she is coming to thank God in the form of her Stuti, which will start from our next session. Okay? Hare Krishna. You can switch off the recording. Yes, anybody has got any doubts, questions, can ask.